Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Tarot Scopes. We're going to be doing the Tarot Scopes for the sign of Aries. That's Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising for the month of March 2025. So, before we get into all of that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Welcome to this wonderful community of like-minded souls. To my tried and true who have been with me for years, I want you to know how much I appreciate your support as we've walked this rather circuitous path together. And to my new members on my channel, welcome to membership. By the time you see this, I will hopefully have a few more videos out just for you guys. And we're going to be setting up a live so you can ask me questions directly. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. So if you're interested in becoming a member, um, as it stands now, I have two levels of membership. So you can check that out. Okay, so we're going to look at the astrology specifically for Aries. Now, the Aries reading is always probably, if you want to just a generalized astrology reading for like the month, Aries is always a good one to watch. But I want to talk a little bit about the energy of the month itself. So we're in March. March is the third month of the year, and this is the card associated with 3. It is the Empress card. The Empress card is associated with the planet Venus. We can see Venus right here on her shield. The Empress is the fertile energy. She's one of the two powerful female major arcana cards, her and the High Priestess. But she is much more earthy, fertile. In fact, she's pregnant, or supposed to be pregnant in this picture, and so she symbolizes manifestation. Now she sits on the tree of life right here on this green path between Hokmah, the place of the divine masculine, and Bina, the place of the divine feminine. So she's sort of the bridge between the masculine and the feminine. In the Hebrew alphabet, she's connected to the letter Daleth, which I probably said wrong, so apologies for that, which means door. So this is sort of the door that we have to move through in order to manifest, right? Everything comes through the mother. It's interesting because at the very first day of this month, Venus goes retrograde. And so she's having a retrograde cycle. She starts her retrograde in Aries. She conjoins the sun and then moves all the way back into Pisces. And so she starts the month in Aries, moves back into Pisces. And then next month, she's going to start to move forward, mostly in Pisces. And then she's going to go back into Aries come May. So when Venus goes through these cycles, she goes from, at this time anyway, from being an evening star to being a morning star, right? She conjoins the sun. She's starting to get closer and closer to the sun. Then she disappears. And then she has to wait until she's far enough away from the sun so we could actually see her in the morning sky. So she becomes the morning star. And Venus as a morning star is much more willing to fight for what is important to her, for what she loves and what her values are. So don't count women out in the in the fight for what is right. All right, if we look at the universal year vibration, we get the 9. This is the Hermit card. We're in a 9 year. That means we are separating the wheat from the chaff. We are letting go of that which no longer serves and extracting meaning from our experience while focusing on the seeds for the future. And then if we take these two vibrations and add them up, we get a third vibration, which is this card, the Hanged Man. So March is a Hanged Man month. The Hanged Man says, look at things from a different perspective. Stay connected to cosmic consciousness. Tell the difference or figure out the difference or discern the difference. And discern is a word that comes with this card. So we're going to be practicing a lot of discernment. Discern what you have control over and what you don't. What can you actually affect and what can't you? What you can affect, what nothing you can do can really change things. in the way that you might normally try to change things. You need to release, let that go while focusing inwardly with and visualizing the future that you want to see. So it's a month which it'll feel like things are happening to us more than we actually have any ability to prevent or stop it. But our true power is our ability to focus our intention and our mind's eye on that which we want to bring into the world. Okay, so that's really important this month, and the cards uh, let us know that. Okay, so let's jump into the astrology. I'll be doing the astrology, and then we will move. Oh, good. I'm on the PowerPoint now. Good. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. All right, let's find Aries. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, here we go. Aries, cardinal fire. As you know, your mantra is I am, and your ruling planet is Mars. Well, Mars, lucky, is moving direct. Now it's still in Cancer. It's going to be in Cancer all month, moving through that fourth house. Um, Mars in the fourth house can create disruption, but right now it's less about disruption and more about forward motion. So things that have been delayed, things that have been seeming like they weren't actually moving in the direction that you wanted to see, now you're going to start to see forward direction in that place. It could also, it deals with family, and so family issues can start to clear up. I'm sure that things were really difficult there for a while with Mars retrograde in Cancer, in Cancer's house. That could not have been fun. So that's good news for Aries. Now, there are some retrogrades here. Okay. Excuse me, I have to get a drink. One moment, please. Ooh, sorry about that. I've been talking a lot. All right. So we start the month with the sun in Pisces, as always. That is your 12th house, a very mystical, magical time. Saturn is still in Pisces, will continue to move through Pisces this month. Saturn actually does move out of Pisces for a little while this year, and then moves back into Pisces to finish up, and is out of Pisces by the beginning of next year. So we still have some work to do with Saturn and Pisces. Saturn through moving through the 12th house is never fun. It is really where we come up against those things that undo us, those habit patterns, relationships, how we shoot ourselves in the foot, and come to understand that it was once described to me as Saturn through the 12th house is cleaning out your cosmic closet. And so most of the stuff is out of the closet, but there are still some nooks and crannies that need to be dusted out. And so we will continue to let go of those things that no longer serve us and that create that self-undoing energy of the 12th house. The North Node's now in the 12th house. It moved out of your sign in January, Aries, and moved into Pisces, which is a little bit of a reprieve for you, although there's a lot of stuff happening in Aries this year, so you're not getting much of a reprieve. But it is moving through that 12th house, asking you to reach in the direction of source, with the South Node in Virgo, letting go of perfectionist tendencies, especially in your work. We have a full moon lunar eclipse this month and a new moon solar eclipse. That means we're in eclipse season. Ah. Always fun. This full moon eclipse happens first. It's at 24 degrees of Virgo with the sun at 24 degrees of Pisces. The day before, Saturn conjoins the sun. That is a reality check. And then the full moon illuminates. And it's in your 12th and your 6th house. This is the karmic. These are both karmic houses. They're also transitional houses. So there is this energy of being in a transitional space. That will shift and change by next year when Saturn and Neptune move into Aries. you will feel like that's the time of the new beginning. Until then, there's a lot of back and forth, holding on, letting go. Should I have let it go? Letting go, holding on, back and forth, right? It's a 9-year. We're separating the wheat from the chaff. It's the natural energy of the week, of the year, excuse me. Mercury, the planet of communication, starts the month in Pisces, conjoins Neptune. It's at the very end of Pisces, conjoins Neptune in Pisces, and then goes into Aries. On the 15th of the month, it goes retrograde, and then goes back into Pisces on the 27th, on the 28th. It goes back into Pisces on the 27th, conjoins Neptune again. So we have 2 conjunctions of Mercury and Neptune within the same month, at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. The only difference is in the end of the month, Mercury is retrograde. And then as soon as that happens, Neptune moves into Aries and is there for a couple of months. It is going to go, as I said, go back into Pisces and finish up. But for a couple of months, we're going to get a sense of what's in store for us in the future. Venus starts the month retrograde. As soon as we start the month, Venus goes retrograde in Aries. It is going to retrograde back into Pisces. And next month, April, it goes direct in Pisces and then comes back into Aries and then moves forward. This is part of the Venus star point cycle, where she goes from being an evening star to a morning star. And as I may have already said, that morning star energy is much more willing to fight. This is the Aries star point, starting an Aries star point. I have an Aries star point, so I know the star point well. We generally are not afraid of going where other people don't, sometimes foolishly, honestly, but we are willing to sort of be the first ones out out of the gate. Okay. Let's see here. Let's talk about the full moon. I talked about that. Let's talk about the new moon in Aries. That's happening on the 20. Let me see. I think it's the new moon, 28th, 29th. Hold on. I'm gonna check for you. 29th. The new moon's on the 29th. It's the same day actually that Mercury moves back into Pisces, and then we have the new moon. And the new moon is a solar eclipse. It is in Aries. It is your first house. Um, this is a new beginning for you, in a way, a new identity, perhaps, but it is an eclipse, so we can expect the unexpected in this. And this point can stay sensitive for a while. Anytime something goes over that 9 degrees of Aries, it will probably manifest in a sense, in some sort of shift in sense in your identity, perhaps what you stand for. I talked about Venus retrograde. Uranus still in the second house, still in Taurus. It does dip into Gemini later this year and then move back into Taurus to finish up. But at this point, it's still moving through Taurus in that second house. This can be destabilizing to your resources. And there's a lot of destabilization happening right now in the world because for different reasons, some of them purposeful and some of them ridiculous, but such is the way things are right now. We can't get caught up in what was. We have to just be in the present moment for the most part. Jupiter now direct, moving through your third house, more and more information coming in. I talked about Mars being in that fourth house. Pluto up in the 11th house, going to be there for 19 years. That's not moving. In fact, that's the only planet not changing signs this year, sorry, and for the next like 18 years. So, all right, let's see. Sun moves into Aries on the equinox. That's when this light and dark are equal. Here in the northern hemisphere, it's the start of spring. In the southern hemisphere, it is the start of fall. All right, let me see. What else? What do we have over here? So the station of Mercury is at well, first of all, the station of Venus. Venus stations at 11 of Aries. Saturn stations at 10 of Aries. So Venus and did I say Saturn? Mercury. Mercury stations at 10 of Aries. Mercury and Venus sort of moving in conjunction with each other. Here's that Sun conjunct Saturn right before that full moon in Virgo. The Sun also makes a conjunction to Neptune because the Sun leaves Pisces. Neptune is at 30 degrees of Pisces, and then the Sun ingresses into Aries. The Sun makes its conjunction to Venus at 3 of Aries, and then a couple of days later makes a conjunction to Mercury at 5 degrees of Aries. Both Mercury and Venus are retrograde at this point. And so the answers lie within, whether you're looking for reasons, Mercury, or feelings and sensitivities and values, Venus, the answers lie within. Venus then re-enters Pisces, conjoins Neptune at 30 degrees of Pisces, just like Mercury did. And then right after that, we have the new moon solar eclipse in 9 degrees of Aries. Neptune will conjoin Mercury. Venus hits Venus hits Neptune first, then Mercury hits Neptune, and then Neptune ingresses into Aries, where it's going to stay for a couple of months and give us a sense of what the future holds for us. All right, so that is that. Next, we'll be doing card reading. So let me find my cards. Oh, here they are. It's like I pulled them out. I knew what I did with them. Right in front of my eyes. I'll blame it on age. Okay, so let's see. I'm using the Light Seers deck. I love this deck. Very young energy deck. Those Aries need to be aware of. March of 2025. Show me Aries, March 2025. All right. We start with the moon. The moon. You may feel like you're underwater a bit. Things are confusing. Things are challenging. This is all the Pisces energy that you're dealing with. There can be some lunacy. You may feel like you're losing your mind, but certainly the world around you seems to be losing its mind. What crosses that? The the Lovers. Choices. So the choice here is, will you get caught up in the fear and the anguish and the suffering, or will you move away from the ups and downs and be more of an observer of these things as opposed to a witting or unwitting participant? Let's see what's underneath it. We have the Hierophant underneath it. And I love this Hierophant card because this guy is just laughing away because he knows the secret. He knows the secret. He knows that we are co-creative with spirit. It's about listening to your inner voice and utilizing the wisdom that you have. And it's not just the wisdom from this life, but you can access the wisdom from your previous incarnations as well. In the past, the Ten of Pentacles. So you were pretty well healed in the past. This is family money, dynastic money. Sometimes if you're not from a dynasty, this can be inheritance. But there's a sense of stability and safety and happiness in the past. In the sky, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, the sky card is often something Spirit is telling you. This could be a mother energy in the sky. If your mother has passed, especially if she was a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, this could be her. Or this could just be go within for the answers. This is the psychic queen. This is the queen who doesn't who sees with her third eye. You notice she has her eyes closed here. She doesn't have to see the outer world. She's focusing through her intuition. Immediate future, or the pretty much the card for the month, is the Four of Pentacles. This says deal with your financial issues, get some stability, get some financial stability there for yourself. Hold on to what you have right now. They want you to hold on to what you have. Okay. How it's seen from the outside, that things aren't quite ready to harvest, that you're on your way, you're growing, but you're not ready to harvest. And I think that's why you need to hold on to what you have and not necessarily giving it away. You want to be very cautious with money this month. Your domestic situation, ooh, the High Priestess, something is going to be revealed to you. It'll probably be revealed to you through meditation or through sleep. But you're going to be illuminated to something. There's a lot of energy about, even though the outer world is nuts, you really have to focus utilizing your connection to spirit here and your connection to source. That's where the answers lie. And of course, we have a Venus and a Mercury retrograde. We're in a 12-3 vibration, which is the Hanged Man, looking within. So all of this pretty much says, in a way, ignore what's going on in the outer world and focus on the inner world. Focus on the inner world. Hopes and fears, the Four of Cups. This is kind of a futility card. I don't see it as a hope. I see it, is this ever going to end? Is this the malaise ever going to end? It feels like we're in this constant state of malaise. Yeah, is it going to end? Yeah, we get the Eight of Wands at the end of as the outcome. Lots of information coming in real fast. This is probably connected to the High Priestess energy. Okay, probably connected to that. That was your domestic. All right. So lots of information coming. See if we can get about who did what, who was stealing, who was not being truthful. Issues around a victory. This actually came up like this. Information about a stolen victory, maybe. And then the Five of Wands, creating chaos. So there's a lot of things are being revealed this month. But again, I feel like it's not an outer revelation, but an inner revelation. Let's see what's underneath it. Okay, justice. So justice is coming. The Hanged Man, this is one of the cards. This is a card for March 2025. Looking at things in a different way and forward motion really quick. So what I would say is that things will be revealed at the end of the month, and that's when things really start to move. Otherwise, to focus on the inside, get your information from your connection with source. And remember, at the end of the month, that's when Neptune moves into your sign. So that's pretty significant. Did I mention that in the astrology? I might not even mention that. Neptune moves into Aries. First time in 151 years. So right on you, Aries, right on you. So things will be revealed. Things will be revealed. Let's see what's underneath it all. Yeah, the Tower, disruption, the Knight of Swords. This is somebody who acts too quickly, perhaps, and then the Seven of Cups, which is illusion and delusion. So whatever information comes out is going to blow the top off of something. Now, this could be in the outer world. All of this stuff could be happening in the outer world. And perhaps you're focusing on the world that you want to see, being open, looking within for the answers is just the thing that's going to sort of illuminate what needs to be illuminated. All right. Wow. Whew, those are, and if that's a reading for that's a reading for everybody, because it's the Aries, because the Aries is pure, sort of pure energy of archetype. When you look at the Aries um, astrology, yeah, I think something's coming down the pike, and it's going to be very surprising. Very surprising. Okay, one more. We're going to pick an animal oracle card, spirit. This is from the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. It's a really great deck. Beautiful artwork. I've had it for a long time. I still haven't seen all the animals yet. At least I don't think so. We have, ooh, chameleon spirit. You should be good at this, Aries. Yeah, chameleon. Act as if. Act as if. Act as if everything is perfect. It's very helpful. It's very helpful. It's not always appropriate all the time, but it is right now. Okay, I'll bring it up for you. Oops, let me see here. Chameleons are so cool, right? Chameleon spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for the changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing, and you're required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. Feeling sensitive, good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt to your environment. One thing Aries is very good at is adapting. I mean, you have to. You're the first sign out, and so whatever you come up around, you need to figure out how you're going to move through it without too much harm to yourself, quite frankly. Um, Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, Chameleon Spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. Your protective message is being sensitive and having empathy for others can become a heavy burden if you don't practice self-care. You can be feeling stressed because you've tuned into challenging emotions that aren't even yours. Chameleon Spirit does not want you to adapt to these conditions by withdrawing or distracting yourself, hoping the feeling will just go away, or attempting to recuse another who may have been having a pity party. Yeah, no pity parties here. Okay. Says not all conditions are yours to match. You need to distinguish your own color from the rest of the world right now. Yeah, and that was also in the reading as well, is to sort of um stay within, in a way, stay within your bubble, and in the end it's going to work out. Like if you stay within the bubble energy of your own inner world and focusing your intentions and bringing in that sort of I am power, I am I am safe, I am loving, I am abundant, I whatever it is you want, whatever it is you want, you already there. You act as if you have it, and that is the magic of the I am presence and the magic of Aries to a certain extent. There's no, you don't have any reason why you wouldn't. Like, why not, right? I think that's probably, some signs ask why, and I think Aries asks why not. All right, that's the story, guys. It's going to be a corker of a month. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again next month. Have a wonderful month, best you can, and it's coming, guys. It's coming. It's cracking open. We don't have any control at this point. Let it happen, and do what you can do in your own life to make this be a smooth transition. Okay, take care, everyone. Namaste.